Man's story starts at the Red Rocket. The Money Man, like anyone after money, knows that the key to success is to have a team of people to do stuff for you in order to make larger accomplishments. So, he began his construction of Red Rocket Corp. See, the Money Man's plan wasn't just merely to become super rich. Oh no. He wanted to establish corporations across the wasteland. Every place he could create a group of people who would work for him, he would. For now, Red Rocket Corp is only in the setup stages. He starts by scrapping out the junk. As the Money Man continued to build his Red Rocket, he began to place beds, places for his new team of people to sleep. They need a place to sleep. He'll provide them with all the little things that they need to survive. After all, they are his people. He has to take care of them. But he also knows they will make fine workers when whatever Red Rocket Corp turns into, and it will make him many, many caps. For food supply, the Money Man placed as many crops as he could, so his new team members could create their own food. That's the deal with the team. They take care and maintain the camp, and help with the Money Man with whatever he wishes to turn the Red Rocket Corp into. Basically a corporation of businesses who supply each other with other materials, and in return they provide shelter from the great harshness of the wasteland. Red Rocket was the first corporation he starts, but it will not be the last. Now, as he is building his new corp, he wanted access to the roof. After all, eventually, he would have a better power source, but until then, if he had to run generators, they were going on the roof. The man then traveled back to his hometown, where he met Trash Can Carla, and he also traded her out of any caps. After all, anyone who has money he wants. So as he continues to trade and barter, and make even more caps.
To Diamond City.
Let's see what you've got.
I have a little bit of everything.
Hoping you'd show up. I should have listened to Mama Murphy all along. Pretty nice place she's found for us. I think we could settle down here.
Yeah,
What do you...
I lived here over two.
Damn, you say...
My son.
The Money Man did indeed have a son. His son was taken by the aliens when he was frozen.
I've had word from a settlement.
Right.
The only chance of trouble.
I'd be glad to help.
That's fantastic. By the way...
The Money Man went through Sanctuary, and continued to scrap and destroy every single house that he had once went to rob in Sanctuary. Oh, how times have changed. 200 years later, and he still ends up finishing the job. The Money Man then emptied Sanctuary of any materials that had of value, which was basically anything in the workshop, and he continued to fast travel back and forth with the use of his magical Pip-Boy. See, this guy actually wasn't from the vault. He was frozen in a chamber underneath the scrapyard that he arrived in. So, how did he get there, you may ask? Well, he got there by the access of aliens. As we all know, there are aliens in the wasteland, and these aliens had frozen him under the scrapyard for ages. 200 years later, he thawed out, and now he's right alongside the normal vault dweller. Maybe one day we'll run into him. The Money Man set up recruitment beacons. They were to recruit new team members to Red Rocket Corp. He basically announced a job position, and in return, they got shelter. That's how it works around here at Red Rocket Corp, and that's how it will work at all the corporations. You provide the basic needs you need by going out and farming or doing what you need to do, and you help the Money Man with anything he asks. Not much, but when he does ask, you will help him. And the people were happy with it. As the Money Man was building his red rocket, he began to find different light fixtures he could place around the red rocket, as he knew one thing about a corporation: it always had to be well lit. Eventually, the Money Man found ceiling lights. They have a similar design to the red rocket, as well as wall lights. Those too have a similar design that fits the red rocket. Some of the old lights in the red rocket still worked, but not all of them. It's been 200 years after all. How would it be possible that everything still works on them? For food supply, the Money Man placed as many crops as he could, so his new team members could create their own food. That's the deal with the team. They take care and maintain the camp, and help with the Money Man with whatever he wishes to turn the Red Rocket Corp into. Basically a corporation of businesses who supply each other with other materials, and in return they're provided shelter from the great harshness of the wasteland. Red Rocket was the first corporation he starts, but it will not be the last. This was the boss's first corporation, so naturally, he began to set himself up a little spot. Nothing huge, nothing to show that he had some crazy power, just to say that he was the provider of the place, and he was to be respected as he was the boss. As the Many looks at the beginnings of something huge, a smile is across his face, as I hope all the viewers have on your face right now. I hope to see you next episode as the Money Man story continues to play out.